What's going on, my PT peeps, my fighters, and my Mayans fans? I'm One Eye Bry, also known as PT. You don't know if I'm winking or blinking, but I'm definitely thinking about Mayans. I'm going to talk about the series finale, so obviously spoiler warning for it. Major spoiler warning. If you haven't seen the episode yet, stop watching now, because we're going to talk about a bunch of things that happen in it, a bunch of deaths, and my red theory carries into this show for sure. Note Easy and Angel. So it starts with Easy and Angel's dad, the funeral. He died. And, it's the final episode, so people are going to die. If you notice things here, you notice that everyone's in black, obviously. The exit sign is green, but there's orange and red stained glass there. Angel's in the picture, but Angel lives. But if you look at the light behind Miguel, and also the stained glass behind Ezekiel, but also the red robe of the priest, when you notice the pictures that Galindo Miguel was going to talk about, Angel notes that, but doesn't matter because Miguel dies, Easy dies, and a bunch of people die. But look at the stained glass right here. A lot of reds, a lot of orange. And so I'm going to talk about the red theory, how it foreshadows death of major characters in this episode. So it's pretty interesting. Easy changes his shirt from a long black shirt to a short sleeve black shirt, but he changes from a black shirt to a red shirt. Potter comes and talks to Easy. You see the red tail light separating them. Potter's just kind of weird. He talks about the birds and stuff there, but we see Easy's red blanket thing on the front of his bike. It's not much, but more on that later. Ezekiel goes to talk to everybody. He's wearing his black attire. He hasn't changed yet, but you see a bright red light in the back. Okay, you're like, that's not much, but there's two red lights behind Ezekiel in the background. Also, the pink, reddish pink lady neon light right there. It's focused on Ezekiel's shoulder. You can't miss it. It's right there on his shoulder. Pink, red, warning, warning, warning. And again, I'm not saying that he died because of the light. It's just foreshadowing that he's going to die in the episode, and he does. He addresses everybody in his black attire. When he goes after the guy from the Sons of Anarchy, you see the red in the trees right here. It's obvious, it's quick, but it's obvious. The giant red door right here. It's hard to see initially, but it's a red door, and Ezekiel walks by it. He kills the guy from Sons of Anarchy. There's also a red car behind Easy after he does it. So is it karma? Is it this? We figured Easy was going to die, but the red is all around him, foreshadowing his death. And there's the red car right behind Easy. So then also when the one guy, I forget his name, is there to kill the girl that was asking questions, he doesn't do it. He was going to give her a one-way ticket, but if you notice the red truck right there, his truck is red. He dies, so it's not just Easy, it's this guy as well. I'm blanking on his name, but he gets stabbed by the girl, and he was going to be nice and give her money and a one-way ticket, but he was killed. Then Ezekiel changes his shirt. He puts on a bright red shirt that he wears the rest of the episode. So it's like in your face right there. Warning, 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 danger, danger, danger. Just look up symbolism. Look up red symbolism in shows. Look up color symbolism in shows and movies. It's there. I'm not just picking a random color. He puts on a red shirt. He leaves his trailer, which is kind of weird that he was living in a trailer. He's the president of the Mayans and he still lives in that trailer. But he was going to leave and not say goodbye. His girlfriend comes and we know that she's pregnant. She doesn't tell him, but either way, they're both killed in the same episode, so there's no baby to be born. But Easy goes to his bike, again, the red shirt, but now we see a clear picture of the red blanket on the front of the bike right there. So again, it's not just one little thing, it's blatant in your face. The red shirt, the red blanket, the red pouch, and again, we're foreshadowing his death. It makes sense that he dies. We figured he was going to die. I mean, it just is there. We see his girlfriend comes out. She doesn't tell him. They pulled two movie show tropes that she's not going to see him again, so we never found out. Bishop Never talked to Alvarez, never got to see the baby. But then we see Angel and Ezekiel riding their motorcycles down the street. Note the two different outfits. There's no red on Angel, and he's the only one that survives. They go past the dad's meat shop, butcher shop. We see the Mexican flag. It's got red in it. Also, the Reyes is in red for rent. It just shows there. But they did a good job in full circle moments. It's the final episode of the series, so they did connect the dots pretty good. I like the connect the dots the previous episode with Jax's ex-girlfriend. So we see that Ezekiel is driving down the road with Angel as they go down the same road that Miguel and his wife are on. What are the odds of that? We see Miguel close the door. And there's not much here. I mean, there's a little red around him, but you're like, okay, it's not much. That's a reach, right? Or how about this? SP. Giant red right behind him. Then he's killed by his wife. Shot by his wife. It was pretty smart what she did with the blind spot. She killed him and his bodyguard. Then we get to when Easy is about to die. So Easy looks at Angel and Maverick, and they're having a good time. And it's just a nice moment. It's the last final moment of them having a good time. Then we go into their room here, right? And there's not much red in it besides Easy's shirt and maybe a little bit on the table if you consider that red, but it's more like brown. But you can't help but take your eye to his shirt, right? And then we see the red light there on the wall when they bring in the guy to make him a member, right? So you're like, okay, are you buying into it now? Maybe not. Go back and watch the episode and look for those things. And when Ezekiel is, restrained, he's stabbed by everyone in the group, including Angel. It's kind of like Jax watching Opie in the prison, but this is very Shakespearean, and Bishop even says that. And again, you see the red light right there. It's subtle, but it's there. And as Ezekiel dies on the floor, did you see it coming? Did you expect it? Were you shocked? I mean, I didn't think Ezekiel was going to survive, but I didn't think Angel was going to have to be the one to start the stabbing of his brother, which is kind of crazy. But, overall, Mayans was a good show. I think Sons of Anarchy was better, but Mayans was a good continuation of that universe. And this prospect comes in and shoots Ezekiel's girlfriend, which is sad. The dog was saved by Letty, and we were worried about the dog, but the dog survived. And the blood stain streak, or the blood streak, and they can probably get it up, but still there. So that's definitely foreshadowing of everybody in this room to have a gun firefight against the ATF that comes to the door and knocks their way in. Then you hear the gunshots. So I'm guessing all of the Mayans were taken out by the ATF. So no one survived except for the one guy that went nomad. I forget his name. And he wasn't allowed back in by Ezekiel, which saved his life. And Potter took out Ezekiel and the rest of the Mayans. And that's basically how the show ends, except for the happy ending that we get to see Angel and Maverick survive. And I have to note Maverick wearing a red shirt. So maybe the ATF finds Angel at some point and they take him out as well. But there you go, guys. Let me know your thoughts. Post your comments below. What do you think of the red theory connecting in the episode? Thank you guys either way. Stay safe. And as always, tell them Daryl.
Yo, we love you guys. Honestly, thank you.